It's the Underpowered Hour. On this week's show, JLR is shut down by a massive cyber attack. Ike and the crew go to the Pacific Northwest all-British car show. We talk about the Land Rover movie classic, Congo. And now, here's the show. Welcome to the Underpowered Hour. I'm Steve Beres, mild-mannered television executive by day and Land Rover collector by night. You can find out more about our cars and what we're working on at theberescollection.com or follow us on Instagram at theberescollection. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, Ike Goss.
Thank you to everyone joining us today.
I'm the rear window to Steven's rear camera. I'm the fully transparent host of podcasting, Ike Goss.
I own and operate Pangolin 4x4 in Springfield, Oregon, where we live and breathe Land Rovers. Check us out online on Facebook, Instagram at Pangolin 4x4. Let's get started.
All right, Ike. Well, this week in Land Rover news, big news out of the old Jaguar Land Rover. It is not good. They have been cyber attacked, I imagine, by a 90s Angelina Jolie.
You think so?
I imagine someone sitting at a computer, a keyboard without its case on it, just typing away furiously.
Yeah, the responsible group has posted up that they're claiming responsibility for the cyber attack. Same group that ransomware attack against Marks and Spencer.
Oh man!
Very recently, I'm told.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is becoming a more and more popular way to extort money out of large companies and out of school districts and
everybody, local governments.
Everybody. I mean, Jesus, yeah. I think they've stopped trying to get old ladies to send gift cards from Walmart to
much work.
India. It's too much work. This is much easier.
Much easier. So, I'm told that Tuesday of last week,
I think that's right.
They gained access to the JLR systems, and there was some period of time which is not immediately clear that it took them to notice. And they've demanded something, but they shut down all of the JLR systems. So
all of them, too.
It's worldwide chaos.
Yeah, it is. I guess India, Slovakia, Brazil, the UK, all the factories basically at a standstill, not really able to make anything. But also the worldwide service portal, because of how the cars are serviced now, they basically call home to some home server to look up their stuff, as well as all their parts.
Luck getting your car fixed right now.
That's exactly right, yes.
So,
if they had the part for it, and they probably didn't, but if they had that part, they can't get into Pathfinder to tell it.
They're also saying that it will be till October before it's repaired. So September is
Do you think they reach out to the the Norton antivirus in there?
Oh, or the McAfee?
Oh, the McAfee. Yeah, I was going to say, how about that guy? Can they just get John McAfee to come in and clear it out?
No, he doesn't do that.
He didn't do that anymore?
No, he's too busy.
Was it something he was he's worried about being taken hostage or something? He's gone completely insane, right? Yeah.
He may have died, but he's definitely
McAfee.
Insane.
Oh,
but
you got to get they got a DC. They didn't update. They didn't.
So here's a big
Windows
question.
Tells you to update. You got to do it.
So here's a big question. If you were going to a ransomware attack against, what would you ask for?
Ooh, it's tough to say. I mean, I think, first of all, I would ask for that suit jacket that Jerry McGovern wore in the Freelander launch photos.
Oh, the purple one?
Yeah, the purple one. I would like that one very much. With I think it might have had epaulets on it. I don't know, but it was pretty. I would definitely ask for that. I think I would ask for that for sure. That would be number one. And then I think number two would be probably to bring back the Freelander. Just special editions like they do. They do the Defender at the Classic Works.
Okay.
And I would like the Freelander with the modern V8 engine from a Range Rover. And just make it work. You can make it work for the Defender. You can make it work for the Freelander. I think that's probably, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Jerry?
And then just an apology from Jerry McGovern.
Just ask for Jerry's design diary.
Yes. Just a blanket apology.
Dear diary. I hate Land Rover owners. I'm going to make them so mad with this new design. I hate them so
much. Just wait until they see this.
Wait till they see this.
So bad.
It's going to be horrible.
Exactly.
They're all going to cry.
Yeah. What about you? What would you ask for?
I just told you. It'll be great. Now, I think we're all getting what we want from JLR.
Yeah, it's true.
Fewer JLR vehicles. Oh, brutal. That's brutal.
It is brutal. Yeah.
That's brutal. I think it's a big deal. And it's it's a sign
problem.
of things to come. It's really hard nowadays to find somebody who hasn't been affected by a cyber attack.
It's true.
Whether it's your personal information that's been sold to a third party on the dark web, or whether your company has suffered various outages. So anyway, check into your cybersecurity situation. This is a cautionary tale.
Update your McAfee.
Like many Land Rover stories, this one's a cautionary tale.
Get John McAfee on the phone. Get him over there. We need... Like Kurt Russell at the beginning of every Kurt Russell film, they need to bring him out of retirement. They got to get John McAfee out of retirement.
What was that movie that we reviewed recently with the guy that gets trapped in the Land Rover by the hacker?
Oh yeah, where and it was who was the voice? Oh yeah, it was
Hopkins,
Anthony Hopkins was the guy, and then of course Bill Skarsgård was the guy in there.
Was the guy trapped in the Land Rover?
Trapped in the Land Rover, yeah.
My worst nightmare.
Yeah. But also like a fairly common occurrence. Yeah, so you just got to crawl out through the roof, cut a little hole in the soft top.
So Land Rover has made a big deal about modernizing their offerings to the public, and they've had a few bumps in the road. The first one was the security issues with the cars themselves getting stolen, and now apparently their factory also had the same vulnerability.
Somebody just stood outside of it, with the little key fob thing. And, there you go. The whole factory just pew, pew.
Yeah, they just cloned the little key and boop, boop.
Damn. Should have used a different technology to lock the factory. That's where everything really went wrong, I guess.
Yeah, just embarrassing oversight.
It is embarrassing. It's tough. You can't order a car right now. You can't fix a car. You can't build a car. You just can't do anything. They're just they're chilling.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to. You can't really fault them for this. It really affects everybody, regardless of how all the big banks have suffered various data breaches.
Yeah.
The government of the United States, government of various countries, it's just a part of life.
It is. It's a tough thing right now, waging, I suppose, better than the whole factory being taken hostage by armed gunmen, and probably much more lucrative as well.
Maybe, but I think that the factory workers are going to be out of work for longer because of this.
Yeah, until October. Yeah, that's crazy.
And the various suppliers for the factory are also laying off staff right now. I think some 6,000 workers are being sent home. Various plastic manufacturers and other plastic manufacturers and some plastic manufacturers.
Yeah, some plastic glue people that do the glues.
Some tape.
Yeah, you get some tape guys. It's terrible. Those child laborers that build the seats. You got those guys.
Brutal. Those are not.
Yeah, no, that's in the Brazilian factory, I think, is where Anyways, so on that note, we are headed to the UK. Well, by the time this has come out, we're already there. We've been there for several days.
We are currently in the United Kingdom.
That's right.
And we're gonna check out His Majesty's Goodwood Revival.
Yeah, that's right. You guys are going to. Unfortunately, my schedule shifted. I won't be there, but I can't.
That's the only reason I'm going, is to see you.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I understand your fondness for Goodwood, but this it should be good. It should be fun.
Yeah. So it's just Hagrid changes his schedule, and you've got to jump to it.
I got to get to it. That's right. It's actually here. I wish it was there. It's a here scheduling issue. So. But I'll be there on Friday.
You going to be trophy?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Camel Trophy reunion at Eastnor Castle.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to have Freelander races around the parapets.
I cannot wait. I think all of the Camel Trophy Freelanders will be there. Yeah. Is Bill Cooper's over there, or is it here in the U.S.
Couldn't say.
I don't know. Let me check in with him. But yes, there's Freelander racing to be had. If you look at the schedule, there's special tasks. There's much ado out there at the old Eastnor Castle. So
there's going to be a lot. So we're gonna have a hard time keeping our heads above water or mud.
Yep.
But it's going to be good. We're going to see Mr. Bishop, Mr. Massey, Mr. Dimbleby.
God. Oh my God.
Mr. Ives.
Oh, Mr. Ives again, Junior.
Plural.
Yep, the Iveses.
The Iveses.
And you, if I'm not mistaken, you are going to sneak into Ives Farm and occupy it for a couple of days. You think Dan will let you drive the combine harvester?
I couldn't say.
Yeah, maybe. It's a good time.
If he is smart, he will not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I do fancy a combine.
I'm a veteran of the Combine Demolition Derby, so just throwing that out there.
Excellent. Have you ever driven a combine that hasn't been demolished?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. First for everything. Yeah. No, it's gonna be fantastic. And man, the Camel Trophy Owners Club there in the UK has been organizing this for what feels like multiple years.
45 years.
Oh, 45 years. They've been waiting.
Years.
They started Camel Trophy 1. A lot of them were like, we're going to need to celebrate this in 45 years.
Yeah.
And they did. I don't know. Do we know? Is our friend Mr. Bender going to be there?
Andreas? I sure hope so. Love that guy.
Man, I hope so too. I love Andreas. He's a fantastic guy. Fantastic. Eclectic art collector as well. But what else have you got on there in the UK? You don't come back until middle of next week or something. I'm there for a while now for the shows, but you're coming back midweek. What are you doing the rest of the week?
We got a couple things that we possibly will do. Dunsfold is not too far away. Ives is, and
it isn't.
Linus has never been there, so if we can make a.
And you haven't been since they set up the whole thing, right?
No, they were just starting to do that when I was last there.
Oh my God, it is absolutely incredible. Liza and I had the whole day with Phil. We saw nearly every Freelander. It was exceptional. Phil's such a great, incredible host, and wow, that place is incredible. So the last time you and I were there together, it was still a parts warehouse, and
very much
it was like where they keep the Ark of the Covenant in there, like Jesus Christ. But now it's amazing. They've done such an incredible job. Phil's dream finally realized.
It's everybody's dream,
It is. That's true. That's true. So you're going to do that? What else you got on?
I don't know. Jenna's got a few things planned. We'll see what happens. Linus is coming along with us, so he's never visited a lot of these places, so we'll have plenty to do. We're also going to hang out with Mr. Massey.
Yeah. Are you going to come into London and hang out at Alex's
Throw? Yeah. We're going to take I think we're going to take the 80-inch over to Goodwood, so we can get the preferential pre-60 parking.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. So
you got to have that. Yeah.
It's going to be good. We're going to see lots of Land Rovers and be seen by lots of Land Rover people. So
that's true. Yeah. So if you're in the UK right now, look around you.
Yeah.
We may be there.
We may be right behind you.
Right behind you. The call is coming from inside the house. And then, so then we're there until you're there until middle of next week. I'm there for a couple of weeks, but we are going to sit down with some of your favorite Camel Trophy and Land Rover celebrities, if you will, luminaries, and we're gonna do some interviews with them. We're gonna chat with them about, just whatever they're into. Halflingers. I don't know.
Leech.
Oh,
prophylactics.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. They have a type of pheasant, which I know you're a fan of, at Eastnor Castle that are very predatory.
Predatory pheasants?
Yeah, predatory pheasants.
The ones at the Schulheifers farm?
Yeah, worse than that. Yeah, they're like Epstein-level predatory. They, they're rough. They attack the tires of the defenders as they drive through the off-road course.
I've heard that's a problem with the kakapo bird in New Zealand. They tear your wiper blades off and attack the seal around your windshield and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a nice thing about having an old Land Rover. Both of those things fell off
long ago. Yeah.
Long ago. Yeah.
Virtually no rubber left on the vehicle.
No, not at all. And that is as hard as the aluminum. So.
Well, speaking of events, last week we went and we checked out the All British Field Meet in Portland.
Oh, man. What a good time. How was that? What did you see?
This has been going on for decades, the All British Field Meet. Usually there's a pretty good turnout. Many hundreds of British cars descend on the Portland Raceway. And it very much is an international event. A lot of Canadian enthusiasts come down, and
right, makes sense.
The PCRC usually has a pretty significant Land Rover contingent.
Cool.
And a lot of times they do, off-road rides for charity donations. They on the motocross course that they do, RTI ramp. They put up a little pub. They have a little pub.
Oh.
Many of the other car clubs have a booth, and they're selling T-shirts and so forth. PCRC has a pub that they build, and go have a pint there in the middle of the car show.
Fantastic.
It's kind of fun.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, they put on a good car show. They're great folks, really active club, Anarch members. If you're not familiar with Anarch, go check them out. It's one of their premier events, and there was a great showing. Lots of cool vehicles showed up, series all the way from Series 1s to new Defenders, and everything in between, forward controls, various custom vehicles, Dormobiles, special conversions. There was a fellow there that had recently completed his 12-year project of a
12 years.
Yeah, 12 years he's been doing it.
Wow.
He really wanted a South African spec, 2.8 liter imported Defender.
Yeah.
But apparently didn't want to import one or couldn't import one.
Okay.
So he bought a NAS spec Defender and imported the special pieces from the South American vehicles and put a 3.2 liter BMW engine in his NAS Defender. Did a pretty clean job. Andrew was his name. And he just put 40 miles on it before the meet, but quite a clean conversion. He's been working on it for 12 years. So it was cool to see him realize his dream of BMW powered Land Rover ownership.
Yes.
What else showed up? There was our good friend Gus Braden out in Bend, had his new monster truck that he's been working on for some time. It's a Mercedes, I want to say it's a 605 turbo diesel, 606 turbo diesel powered monster truck. It's like a tray back sort of thing, and Volvo portal axles and centrally mounted winch and all these accoutrements, big rock crawler-y type vehicle. So he had that powered up and going. It wasn't finished, but it was moving under its own steam. So
that's cool.
Yeah, some interesting custom builds that people were working on. And then there was, of course, the series and Defender restorations, high capacity pickups and station wagons. And then that was all on Saturday. And in addition to that, you got the whole vintage races that they put on at Port Linda International Speedway. Unfortunately, someone really exited the slalom course in a hurry and put their really wonderful Austin Healey 106 into the wall. And so that put a damper on their day. So that thing was pretty sad, but it did get a lot more interest in the wrecked configuration than it got in the complete configuration.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, people were swarming around that thing to check it out. The driver was okay, so that was good, but definitely some wounded pride there. Everybody was right in front of the grandstand too, so it was just brutal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. You never like to see that.
He's got a long road ahead of him to rebuild that thing if it is in fact rebuildable. But Austin Healey was not the featured mark this weekend. There was a Jaguar D-Type there, which had an interesting Pacific Northwest history and is owned by a fellow out of the British Columbia who supplies movie cars. And he has a pretty neat collection. Invited us up to check it out.
Oh, okay. So okay, yeah, sure.
I'm curious to see his collection of interesting vehicles, which I guess I'm told includes some Land Rovers and Halflingers and various military vehicles, in addition to other British cars, and of course the whole gamut of movie cars, everything from the teens all the way through pretty modern cars. Pretty extensive collection. So
interesting.
Yeah, have to check that out up your way.
Where exactly? Somewhere in British Columbia, you said?
Abbotsford,
I believe.
Anywhere
in the interior. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so not too far across the border there. So
anyway, he told me all about and take a look.
Generously telling me all about the history of his D-Type, which was the only one sold in the Pacific Northwest and has been completely demolished in racing events, I guess 3 times. So sort of a grandpa's axe scenario. But
is that a common thing to take your extremely expensive and nigh irreplaceable cars and destroy them in this racing?
I think that when the cars were new, they, as a part of their racing, often suffered pretty significant damage and were between races. So I don't think that was uncommon, but this particular one suffered at least 3, very destructive crashes. So
I see. Yeah, you'll have that.
You'll have that. So, and then that was Saturday, and then Sunday was the great all British Field Meet swap meet. And there was a good turnout. Everybody was trying to unload their MGB projects, their Austin Healey Sprite projects, their, various small
as you do,
looking for marks and suckers to buy those vehicles. Oh no, I'm just teasing. It was good. There was actually a bumper crop of swappers this year, and people brought really everything. There's some great manuals and literatures and posters and car project vehicles and everything came out, and people got an early start. A little bit of rain, but not bad. Turned out to be a really nice day. I found a few good deals on things. Bought some tiny jerry cans.
How tiny?
They're 5 liters, so just over a gallon.
Adorable.
Yeah, kind of a nice little size. And then what else do we get? Some nice recovery gear. There was some folks that were getting rid of some recovery gear, so picked up some of that. A cool Defender poster from a 90s dealership. It features a Land Rover driving across like a big riveted bridge. It's pretty cool. They had some pretty good advertising in that period, so that was cool to get the dealer poster. But if you're out in the Pacific Northwest in early September, definitely check out the All British Field Meet. Great event. Thanks to everybody that put it on, including everybody down there at the PCRC. Great event.
What was your favorite vehicle of the weekend?
I mean, my favorite vehicle of the weekend is always mine.
Of course.
I brought the saw truck, the 107 wagon.
Nice. Yeah.
And that was a great vehicle. Some of the local vendors and service folks brought out some of their project vehicles and some of the things they've been working on. Tim Cooper was there, with some of his drivetrain parts that he's been working on. And it was great. It was great to see everybody and chat with folks. So I'm excited for next year and excited for some winter projects in preparation for that.
Nice. So finally, this week we'll wrap up with everybody's second favorite, I don't know, depends, segment, the old Land Rovers in the movies. And this week you have 2 for us.
These are throwbacks. These are throwbacks to the 90s and early 2000s. They
truly, let's be honest, was a
high watermark for various action adventure films featuring Land Rovers.
Yeah, it certainly was.
And there may be no better examples of that than the 2 we're going to talk about today. Congo, which has an all-star cast.
Yes.
And we're also going to talk about...
yes. Of course.
Mighty Joe Young. So
2 angry monkey movies.
2 monkey movies. If you've never seen them, you could take it or leave it, but...
you're not... you don't have to. I will say this, that Congo at the time, if I'm not mistaken, was billed as the Jurassic Park for monkeys.
Jurassic Park for monkeys. There's definitely a Lost World element. Some greedy telecommunications company is like mining special diamonds in Africa in an effort to make some sort of new telecommunications satellite laser thingamadoo.
Yes.
And Bruce Campbell leads the effort. So he's in the film. Doesn't have a huge role, but anything with Bruce Campbell's worth seeing. I
was going to say any Bruce Campbell role is a huge role.
Yeah. So he's great. And then you've also got Tim Curry. Tim Curry plays the unsavory, unscrupulous foreign investor. And
anytime Tim Curry's playing a bad guy, you're in for fun.
Yeah,
you're in for some fun.
Delroy Lindo plays the sort of warlord character guy. And you've also got Ernie Hudson.
Yes, that's right. A rare non-Ghostbusters or Oz sighting of Ernie Hudson, which is always great.
Yeah, if you've never seen Ernie Hudson is usually a supporting actor, right?
He usually is.
He usually is. This is a leading role for Ernie, really.
Yeah.
So
I talked to him once at an Emmys party. He's genuinely a really nice guy.
And he's completely ageless. He's like 79 and he looks the same as he did when he was 35.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you got all those crazy characters. I think Laura Linney plays the lead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and the character actor Joe Don Baker, which you've probably seen in a lot of things, but don't recognize it.
Wouldn't know. Yeah.
But he plays the sort of evil, company executive guy who's, will do anything at any cost to
no matter the number of monkeys, they're getting those diamonds.
And there's quite a bit of Land Rover content. Drives a 109 wagon through several scenes, and there's some other series vehicles and Defenders. The initial expedition to find this lost, world area. They have Defenders on that expedition, so there's several Defenders throughout the film, and it's a fun, if not campy, sort of 90s action films. A chance and you've got a slow evening or whatever, check it out.
Yeah, if you've literally seen everything else, then go ahead.
If you've literally seen everything else. And then Mighty Joe Young is essentially the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is. It's the second part.
It's a remake of, I want to say, a 20s film, isn't it?
I believe that's true. Yeah, it was in that time in the 1920s where monkey puppets were all the rage. Everybody wanted a giant gorilla in their film. And so they made a bunch of weird movies about it.
And this one features Charlize Theron. She's in this film. And Bill Paxton.
Oh,
the late Bill Paxton.
One of the nicest people in the entire world.
Yeah, interestingly, both of these films pretty much have the entire cast of Twister between them.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, so Mighty Joe Young, there's a giant monkey. They find the giant monkey and they tame him, and, it's sort of fish out of water story.
Yeah.
There's a cameo by Ray Harryhausen in this film, who I think worked on possibly the original film.
I'm sure he did, yeah.
That's a little Easter egg for you movie buffs.
That. Yeah.
Mighty Joe Young also features several series Land Rovers, which I think mostly get destroyed by the giant monkey.
Yeah, they get squished, yeah.
Yeah, there's most notably a series, I want to say a series 388 with a massive, winch on the front that they're trying to capture the giant ape with. And
winch the monkey, yeah.
Yeah, and he pulls it away, pulls it by the winch cable and stuff. So that's neat. There's a forward control. There's a 109 military truck. Some good Land Rover scenes in this film, but your typical late 90s, maybe there's a little early CGI that didn't hold up sort of
stuff.
Stuff.
Almost a guarantee. Yeah,
it's kind of nostalgic. Check it out.
Now, where does Mighty Joe Young, is he, how does that relate to King Kong? Are they contemporaries? Are they related somehow? What goes on there?
I think
they're competitors. It's two separate brands. It's the Coke and Pepsi of giant monkeys.
Yeah, so I think the original one is actually quite a bit after the King Kong. I think it's 49. I think it's the original.
Sure, because the
Joe
King
Young.
Kong
I'm just looking up now. Originally, I thought it was 20s, but now I think
that's King Kong's.
Yeah, it's 49. So that explains how Ray Harryhausen would have worked on it.
That makes sense. Yes.
And for those of you that are listening that are not familiar with Ray Harryhausen, he was an early practical effects wizard.
Incredible.
Did a lot
Titans,
of stop motion animation. Yeah, just incredible, groundbreaking, visual effects guy. So.
In fact, the sushi restaurant in Monsters, Inc. is called Harryhausen's.
Oh, that's another little Easter egg that I didn't know.
A little Easter egg there. Yeah, a little tidbit for you. But he's an incredible pioneer in the practical visual effects space and our special effects space, and it's an incredible guy.
And as a bonus for this week's Rovers in the Movies, Medicine Man features a Land Rover, I think, early in the film.
Any giant monkeys in that?
There are
monkeys at all.
There are
monkeys. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Okay,
this is a Sean Connery film. He plays a curmudgeonly researcher in the Amazonian jungle who is living with a tribe of Indians, and he's developing cure for cancer. And he has done it but can't replicate it. And he gets a wisecracking New York a female science assistant to help him, and comedy ensues.
Yeah, hilarity ensues. Yeah, that sounds about right for that era as well. And that's a beard and ponytail kind of Connery, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, beard and ponytail, Sean Connery. Yeah. And at the very end of the film, there is also a great scene with a giant Unimog driving through this sort of forest fire area. So
setting off various forest fires.
Yeah. Anyway.
I love it.
So those three movies are kind of all in the Rainforest Crunch, trilogy, if you will.
If you've got a spare weekend and are looking for some top quality Rainforest monkey content, then there you go.
Yeah,
there's three.
Yeah, sort of the environmental action adventure thriller sort of genre.
I remember Congo when that movie was being advertised. I went, of course, to see it. I want to say opening night, and was very disappointed.
The visual effects don't maybe hold
only
up.
redeeming part was Tim Curry, but
also Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, it was good. Certainly not the monkey special effects. Holy crap! But it really was. It was billed as like a Jurassic Park like event.
Yes,
there were toys. There were specialty tie-in meals at fast food restaurants. It had everything. It
did not live up to expectations.
To the expectations. But, with that, we are off to pack our monkey-proof shoes to
Speak of
head
not
to the
living
UK.
up to expectations. We're out of here.
We're heading out to the UK where you can meet us in person and, again, not live up to your expectations on either looks or hygiene. So, with that, it's been a slice, and we'll see you next week in His Majesty's United Kingdom.
All right. See you on the trail.
Bye for now. The Underpowered Hour is produced by Liza Beres, Ike Goss, and me, Steve Beres. Pavel Svardov composed and performed our theme music. Consider supporting the show on Patreon, and if you already do, thank you. Your support makes the show possible. For even more, check out our Instagram or Facebook.